Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sorcery, where previously we began part 2 and entered the city of Kare with the help of a nice beggar who punched me in the face, but then was totally cool about it. So we made it through, started exploring the Festival of Thieves, got in a fight with a barbarian and rigged a game myself. Then we met Flanker, the assassin who I spared in the previous act. He told me that the North Gate, my destination, is locked, and the nobles of the city hold the magic password. So, as I make my way through, I gotta keep my eye out for, well, the nobles. God, I really wish we could go over here and explore this, because that looks like a noble's mansion. Speaking of mansions, this is called Mansion Row, but I guess we'll have to see what we can stumble across, I guess. So, oh yeah, and also I got flea bitten. I opened a sack that I won as a prize in one of these fair games, and it was fleas. I'm now covered in fleas. Let's move on. You leave the fair behind you and climb through the fields towards the outskirts of the buildings, until you reach a fork in the road. The slum districts of Lower Kare are unlikely places to find nobles, but you might be able to learn their names or where they are hiding. In the elbow of the fork is a grand, well-kept building. Steam pumps from its roof. A creature emerges, looking refreshed and flushed. It is a bathhouse. Oh! Well, if there's anywhere I can get rid of my fleas, it might be a bathhouse. Let's see. The cliff road, the bathhouse, or head uphill. Ooh. Well, I feel like uphill is a direct route to the drawbridge, and that's how I'm going to get across to the east side of the city. Let's try and delay that if we can. I want to explore all around up here. The bathhouse. You step in the cool of the bathhouse. It is a wide building of marbled tiles and a sweet smell of pine and fresh wood. Gentle noises echo and murmur around the walls. A creature by the front desk greets you with a smile. "Good afternoon, my lady," it purrs. "The water is cool and fresh today. A swim costs 4 gold pieces." Is it worth it? "Oh, very," the creature replies with a beaming smile. "The waters of Kare are known for their healing and refreshing qualities. We have a steam room and a lagoon pool. You'll be well catered for." Okay, look, at the fair, I was tricked into drinking river water, and it was yellow like ale. The waters of Kare are known for the healing, fresh my butt. Well, point remains, I could do with a wash. You hand over 4 gold pieces, and the concierge gestures you through into the center of the bathhouse, where a wide pool awaits, with trees and shrubs either side. No one better steal my gear. From across the room, steam curls from the doorway of a glass-doored room. You strip off and pile your clothes and belongings in one corner of the room. Swim? Hey, I got healed. You dive into the pool and swim a few enjoyable lengths. You feel the fleas washing from your body. You feel better for the exercise. You feel your shoulders unknotting and your body relaxing. Okay. I got healed and defleed. Dare I ask for more? Like, look, if I tried the steam room, my gear would be out of my view. But maybe I'll get like a permanent bonus to like my attack damage or something. Fortune favors the bold. You enter the steam room and take a seat on one of the benches. The temperature is almost unbearable. Through the curling smoke, you see another figure in the shadows. You are not alone. I'm not gonna be that guy. Just stay quiet. You stay quiet, minding your own business. After a while, you hear a voice murmuring. "Our last man failed. What makes you think you can succeed?" Okay, I don't exactly think, like, cell phones exist in this, so either this shadowy figure is talking to me, thinking I'm someone else, or there's someone else in the room I haven't seen. All I could really make is a figure. Well, okay, if I say nothing, maybe they'll try to ask another question if they don't get an answer. You stay quiet. A moment later, a second voice replies, "That idiot tried head on. You can't kill a wizard head on. You have to go in when they're asleep. You have to have tactics." "Good," the first voice in the smoke agrees. "I don't want to know what your tactics are." "As long as your money's good," the second voice says. "Ask them about the wizard. Keep listening." I could get in on this, but I'm not exactly a murderer. I wouldn't want to do an assassination. Keep listening. "Sansus left me enough to cover all 4 jobs before he disappeared," the first speaker says. "Mulis and Theta are done. The job on Shinva, well..." The speaker huffs into the smoke. "How do you kill someone but only enough to make them a ghost? That was a tough one." "This one should be the easiest," the second speaker agrees. "I'm glad to hear it, but don't forget the last man who tried. He's a sideshow attraction now, I hear." "Yeah, the little creature in the glass box that got me my fleas. Didn't we read its mind and we heard that they were, like, transformed by Sinvis? Or was it Shinva? Hold on. What in my items? Clues. Theta and Shinva. These are all updated. Okay. Lord Theta, one of the nobles of Kare. Shinva is dead and buried. His spirit still haunts his crypt in the Kare necropolis. That's across the river. Okay. Loreg and Mulis. Okay, we got a lot of info. Okay. Do we want to press our luck? And learn more? I feel like these people would be very disagreeable if they learned that I was listening in on them. Maybe I should try and slip out. But what if they say something really good? "I won't," the second voice replies. "So where's this noble's house?" "Red Quarter, round the back of Fireview. You can't miss it. It's the biggest place in the neighborhood." He tells them he's a scholar, but don't be fooled. Red Quarter. Where is Red Quarter? Fireview. Largest house in Red Quarter. Well, here's a large space taken up by a wall. Okay. The second voice grunts in assent, then a figure stands and leaves the room. You've heard enough, and the heat is getting to be too much. You get to your feet noisily enough to make your presence clear and leave the room. You head back out of the steam room. Feeling much better, you turn and collect your belongings. Check them over! Not trusting the city to pass up the chance to rob you, you check through your belongings. But everything seems to still be in place. Pleased, you head for the exit. The creature at the front desk beams cheerfully at you. You step outside onto the street. 5 new clues. Another clue has been updated. Alright. The scholar. One of the nobles of the city port is a scholar. The scholar lives in the Red Quarter of the city in a large house close to Fireview Square. Okay. So, I still got my teeth and Blimberry and cloth skullcap. I still have my lawn sword and silver chain. I still have 46 gold. And the keys? Yeah, we got this copper key in the chainmaker's place. Still don't know what it's for. Maybe I lost my chance to use it already, but who knows. Alright, well, that bathhouse was more than worth the money. Holy crap. Alright, to the Cliff Road. You head along the clifftop road into an area of larger, more impressive buildings. The road passes through the ruin of a grand building, in what must have once been a glorious morning room. An ornamental pond is all that remains. Moss grows from the cracks in its tiled sides. Go over and look. You walk over to the pond. Despite its great age, it seems well tended and the water surprisingly clear. A small scarlet fish darts out from behind a stone as you watch. Bubbles rise from its mouth, and as they break, you hear the breath of words. Oh. Something else glints from the bottom of the pool. Okay. Oh, wow, this is a lot of options. Okay. Look deeper into the pond. Lean closer to hear the words. Move on, taste the water, cast a spell. Maybe I can try telepathy with my skullcat? Hold on. Or I think there actually might be a specific spell to talk with animals. Y-A-P, yap. Oh. Talk with animals requires a green-haired wig. Okay, D-U-D? Illusion of treasure. The hell? Okay, you know what? If I hear words right out the gate, maybe I don't even need a spell. Lean closer to hear the words. Kneeling beside the pond, you put your ear close to the water. The little scarlet fish swims up and spits a drop of water at your cheek. If fishes could laugh, you would swear this fish was chuckling. Again it mouths bubbles with a sound like birthers. Birthers. But what does it mean? Look deeper into the pond. Your eyes trace the second gleam. Not a fish this time, but a gold piece. Someone must have thrown it into the water for luck. This is raising all sorts of alarm bells. But hold on. I'm curious. Let's see. Spells. M-A-G? Protect from magic. Yeah, you don't suppose someone, like, turned into a fish, do you? M-U-D? Mud? Create quicksand. How? Find safe passage. Well, that would just be to move away. So what happens? D-U-D. Illusion of treasure. What happens if I put fake money into the pond? You cast your spell into the pond and create the illusion of a small pile of gold at the base of the pond next to the gold piece. The fish does not react. Perhaps it is taken in by the illusion, perhaps not. Oh, this is all kinds of weird. I don't even know what to do. Just move on. It's just one gold. I'm not that greedy. The road slopes downhill towards a large dome building. To the right, a narrow road winds uphill. Yes. I would absolutely like to go to the Artist's Quarter. It seems very interesting. You follow the cliff-top road, looking down over the fields of Kare. You can see workers still breaking their backs in the setting sun. Halfway along, you pass a creature with a signboard slung around his neck. Read the signboard. The board is painted with the message, "Doom comes, the world is endin'." The creature notices your gaze and begins to approach. There's always one, isn't there? Alright, what you got? You stop the creature. Greetings. The creature looks deep into your eyes. Stranger, he murmurs, do you have a moment for salvation? Salvation from you. Ugh, God, that's rude. Always, salvation requires that I hurry. Let's play along, always. Kare crumbles, the creature declares dramatically. We tumble like a cliff into the sea. Do you know? And all who go there will be destroyed, the creature finishes. You blink. Did you miss something? The creature appears to be waiting for an answer. Who go where? Is he an idiot, or can he see your future? The council has abandoned us, he replies. There is a stir of revolution. The people live in fear, and they do not listen. Where is the council now? Hoping to get a lead on the nobles. Fire burns in the deep, the creature replies. 1,000 angry voices wait to rise. Go below, and you shall find the king. Then he blinks suddenly, as though surprised to find himself on the street. Below. Thank you. The creature looks startled, yelps, and then runs away up the street. Why do I feel like he was possessed by some spirit then? Okay. Plaza. This is a stone plaza where people meet to eat in the evenings. It is a busy spot, and the smell of sizzling meat and broth fills the air with sweet smoke. It makes your hungry stomach growl like a caged bear. The main road leads away along the cliff, and another road leads left and upwards. Alright. So I can go back to the fish pond, huh? Let's see, I could go north too. But absolutely enter the market. Hopefully there's more than just paintings here. I could do some new accessories. Or a weapon. Internal view, okay. You slip into the shadow of the market. It is clearly after hours. The carpet and trinket sellers have packed away. Oh, I want trinkets. Boarding up their shops with planks, chains, gates, and the occasional troll guard. And instead, food vendors have set up along the winding corridors and intersecting passages of this great building. I wonder if I could have gotten here earlier. I could have gotten different shops. The food stalls. The smells are incredible. Spices, meats, wine. And the echoes of slammed mugs and sizzling pans are almost deafening. Watch the people a bit. People watch. You hang back a moment, watching the creatures passing by. Several are eating meals they carry with them on thick leaves, shoveling them into their mouths with forks, claws, or prehensile tongues. Okay, I'm gonna need better descriptions of the residents of Kare than just creatures. Holy crap. You can't help noticing most of them seem to be vegetarian, which is most curious. Find something to eat. You wander the corridors for a while, letting the smells tickle your stomach. There seem to be 3 main cuisines available. Hill fox broth, rat bear stew, and a lentil curry with strange orange vegetables. The meat is generally more expensive than the vegetables, costing 6 gold pieces instead of 4. Try to steal some food. What am I, some vagrant? A penniless vagrant? No. I have a modest sum. Yeah, let's grab a bite. Probably going to be cheaper than food at an inn later. You turn your nose this way and that, enjoying the smells. Alright. Lentil, hill fox, or rat bear? Right, well the locals seem to be all about that vegetarianism. Maybe they know the meat's not so good here. Let's do as the locals do. Lentil curry. You buy yourself the lentil curry for 4 gold pieces, and it's delicious and warming. You feel much better for it. Hunger fully abated, you head for the exit once more. The market probably has several ways out, but it is thick with people, and after several minutes of wandering, you find yourself emerging back into the plaza you came from. Ah, well, that's disappointing. Just food? Okay. Night has fallen. The main road leads back along the cliff, and another road leads away towards the wall. Definitely seems like the most content would be this way, I guess. Head left. You take the side road and climb up a winding street. It is quieter now, and there are fewer creatures on the streets. The streets are likely to be dangerous after dark. You should find somewhere to sleep. Keep walking. The road underfoot becomes better paved. You are in a residential street, but where the lower floors of the houses have all been covered up by boards. There is no one about, but from the windows of the higher stories you hear the sounds of people talking, carousing, arguing, and snoring. A little farther along, and the road ends in a wall of stone, through which someone has hewn a narrow archway, perhaps with a mining pick. Squeezing through, you find yourself in a slightly wider lane that leads left and right. A junction. Easy, boy. Okay. You stand almost at the foot of the city wall once more. The road runs from the right and uphill to the left. A fountain dribbles water into a stony bowl. Drink from the fountain. Maybe not. Move on. You move on. But which way? Okay. Well, these houses seem a bit nicer. Maybe I can learn some about the nobles up here. The road climbs further, looping back on itself as it climbs. Several little alleys disappear off between homes and buildings on either side. This area of town is a spiderweb that would be easy to lose oneself in. You pass a shop with a brass sign above its door. Metal Workers Guild. Ah. Metal workers. You open the door and enter the small building to find a messy workshop littered with pipes, tubes, and barrels that leak hot gases into the air. A gnome and a troll are leaning over the innards of some kind of machine, tinkering and turning spanners. They don't notice you come in. Look for something to steal. I don't know, I feel like I've been pushing my luck, honestly. Just greet them. You call out to the pair and wave, but they are so engrossed in their work they do not notice you. But something does. From the corner of the room you hear a squeal and see a movement. You look round and your attention is caught by a brass statuette of a pig standing on its hind legs. It seems quite ordinary except that, as you watch, it hiccups. Watch the statue. You watch the statue for a few moments, during which it hiccups twice. Its movements are weirdly realistic, but it is definitely not alive. When it bends, 2 cogwheels either side of its body whir and click together, and the whole process itself is articulated by some kind of piston in its back. Take the statue or ask the troll and gnome about the statue. Well, let's do that. You approach to the 2 metal workers, and this time you tap them on the shoulder. The troll turns, staring at you blankly, chomping his upper lip with his oversized teeth. The gnome is more friendly, lifting up his eye shields and smiling. Ignore my dumb friend, he beams. Welcome to our little shop. Tell me how that statue works. What, our little piggy? The gnome smiles. That's one of Reglesh's creations. And, unbelievably, he pats the dumb-looking troll on the shoulders. Wow. My character is so racist. And the troll coughs twice. It's an articulated automaton. Seeing your confusion, he clarifies, it runs on magic gas. What's it for? The gnome shrugs. Nothing really, it just hiccups. We're working on the next model, which if we get it right, and he glowers briefly at Reglish as he speaks, then it'll be able to pickpocket people. We were planning to unveil it at the festival, but we're behind. Maybe next year. The troll burps. Okay, interesting pair of misfits. What is this place? This is the Metalworkers Guild, the gnome replies proudly. That's metalwork, not blacksmithery. But no one seems to have much interest in metalworking. It's the future, of course. The gnome chirrups to himself. I don't doubt that. Do you know any spells for the North Gate? The gnome barks a surprised laugh, almost knocking himself over. No, he exclaims. That's wizarding, which is about as far from what we do as eggs are from cooked eggs. The troll shakes his head sadly. I know, the gnome remarks to his friends. No one understands what we do. It's most frustrating. The troll picks up a spanner and drops it again. Wait. Okay, even I'm starting to get doubts on this troll here. I need to be going. Reglish growls at you quite suddenly. The gnome nods. My friend is right, he says. We should be getting back to work. You nod and leave the shop. Interesting. Maybe I should have stolen that pig. You emerge from a narrow, winding alley into an open space. On the far side, the Jabaji River slides past, its surface strewn with flotsam and jetsam, dredged up from fallen parts of the city. The sails of the boats at anchor billow and snap in the breeze. You have reached the docks, the beating heart of Carre. Look around, waste no time. And just take a little peeksy peek. There are 2 or 3 ships moored for the night, and the space between them and the road is filled with a huge number of stalls and little shops, selling everything from fishing tackle to sailing blocks to barrels of woodlouse rum. This must be a thriving marketplace during the day. With night approaching, it is a maze of booths and cloth. A single bridge crosses the river here, operated with ropes to let the tall ships through. Right now, the bridge is up to allow ships to sail through undisturbed. Well, better find some place to sleep. There are 2 inns visible from here, the Wayfarer's Rest and the Mead and the Cleaver. There is nothing obviously different about either of them. I'm pretty damn sure Flanker told us to meet him at the Wayfarer's Rest. Could sleep in the market or sit by the river. Or sleep in an alley. Wow, I have 5 choices, but yeah, Wayfarer's Rest. Oh my god, okay. You make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It's a lively and bustling place. Okay, let's count how many characters are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 18. Bustling is right. The innkeeper behind the bars is trying to serve numerous creatures all demanding ale at the same time, while around the table, salty types and buxom wenches are laughing together and singing shanties. I do like me some buxom wenches. Okay. If I were Flanker, where would I be? Okay, actually no, Flanker would find me. Maybe, find the bar. You fight your way through the creatures at the bar. With a thump on the bar top, you catch the innkeeper's attention. Greetings. Nice place you have here. The innkeeper nods at you. He's clearly impressed by your dress and well-educated tone. And what be your purpose in these here parts, he asks. What about the North Gate? Look, the innkeeper replies, cutting you off. I didn't mean I wanted to know. I meant, you want to drink? Here I am. You want to talk? That's what my customers are for. He waves around the room at the hordes of drunken sailors and other ruffians who fill the space. The other creatures at the bar jostle and push each other for space. Before we buy anything that might lock us in. Let's head away from the bar. Your eyes roam around the busy room and light on a shadowy figure in one corner. Flanker. Hell yeah! Sit with the cool kid. You go over and sit by the assassin. There you are again, he declares with pleasure. He seems more relaxed than earlier. Perhaps he has completed whatever mission he was here to perform. But tell me, friend, he murmurs, do you play dice? Dice? Swindle stones, Flanker says. You've never played? It is the most popular game in Kare. I have learnt it since I arrived. From a hidden pouch in his tunic, he pulls a set of dice and pushes half of them across the table to you. Alright. How do you play? It is simple. We both roll out our dice, and then we declare what we believe to be on the table. Each bid must be bolder than the last, until one of us declares the other a liar. The loser loses a die. Ooh. He nods down at the dice. Sounds like Liar's Dice. I don't actually know how Liar's Dice is played, but this sounds like what Liar's Dice is. Take them. What's the stake? Or we play for fun? Let's make things interesting. What's the stake? Let me propose a modest wager, he replies. If you win, I will help you with your quest. But if I win, my obligation to you is at an end, and should we meet again, I will have the freedom to cleave your neck from your shoulders. Do you agree? Very well. Flanker nods. Then our terms are agreed. May your dice rolls be unfortunate and your bids unwise. Flanker counts out 5 dice each and takes first bid. Ooh! Oh, this is neat. Yeah. Oh man, there's a whole UI for this? Okay. The game is simple. We roll and bet on what's come up. So for this instant, I might start and bet that between us we've rolled at least 2 twos. Ah. Okay. I understand if I think your bet is too high, I call. Let's see. What's to stop me from bidding really high? Okay. Oh my, okay. This is a lot. Okay. So between us, we've rolled at least 2 twos. Well, I have 1 2. And if Flanker has 2 twos, that would make 3 twos total, so he'd be wrong. Okay. What I have is 3 threes. So I'm betting there's at least 4 threes. All it would take is for Flanker to have at least 1 3 and I'd be correct. Okay. I'm not fooling for your innocence. Call. Reveal dice. There are 5 threes, the round is yours. Nice. And right, so Flanker lost a dice. Now he has 4 to work with. So he has less information, less board control. And I suppose whoever loses all their dice first loses. I also like that as you can choose your dialogue here. Or maybe not really, it's all this stuff. Okay, let's see. So I have 2 1s, 2 3s, and a 1 5. I'm betting there's at least 1 3. Stay low for now. No, friend, do not think you will put me off my game with your conversation. Okay, he's saying there's at least 1 3. Okay. Maybe if he's playing it safe himself, he can say he has 1 3. So what if I go, there are 3 3s. Okay. This is a game of concentration and focus. My goddess will protect me from your talk. Okay, he's saying there's 3 4s. There's a very real chance. Ooh. Very real chance for that. He might have 2 4s. Okay, 4 4s is a bit out there. That would mean he'd have to have 3. There's just no way. Ooh, this is tough. Maybe if I bid the lowest possible, or I could go back to 3s, because I'm touching that before. Or do I call him a liar here? Well, the thing is, I think it's very reasonable to think that there might be 3 4s. Crap. Okay, this is hard. Okay, well, either I call and I lose, or I try and go for this and he calls it and I lose. Crap. Okay, bid 4 3s. I could go for 1s. I could tempt him to bid a bit higher. 3s. Calls. Real dice. Only 2 3s. Flanker wins around. Wait, only 2? Oh, that was a 4. I see. Oh my god, I could have went with 1s. Crap. There were 4 1s. Okay, it's 4 to 4 dice now. You know, I kind of feel like an asshole for wanting to win because we're bargaining for his freedom. Okay, well, he's betting there's 2 2s. I have 2 2s myself. Okay, well, if he's going out the gate with 2 2s, let's go for 4 2s. Cut him off at the neck, like he wants to do to me. He called it. Every humiliation is a scar one carries to the grave. Only 3 2s, flanker wins the round. I think he's got my strategy. I should shake things up. Okay, now he has the advantage. I know 3 of the 7 total dice on the field. Okay, 2 4s. Odds are he's got at least 1 4. So do I go for 3 4s? Yeah, let's probably do that. He's saying there's 4 2s. Against plays such as that, I do not need tricks, friend. Call. There are 5 2s. Flanker wins. Oh, God. He rolled nothing but 2s. Oh, this is not looking good for me. This is fun, though. Okay. I had intended to stay in this inn, but there are rats. Ugh. Alright. And then there's at least 2 1s. 2 4s. Alright. Let's go for 3 4s. Maybe he rolled 2 4s himself. He's saying there's 4 4s. That would be absurd. Call. Round is yours. Alright, so, yeah, actually, the person with the less dice also has their own advantages, really. It forces the other player to guess harder. You can't rely on the odds of them rolling at least one thing out of their many dice. Okay. Seems to me the city is not suiting you. Let's bet there's at least 2 2s. Actually, no. Let's test the waters. There's at least 1 At least 1, 2. It is true, I am much happier out in the hills. Ooh, he's saying there's 2 4s. If I want to beat that, I have to say there's 3 of something. But if he has 2 4s, that would be impossible. I would have to have 2 of the same thing. Alright. Our best shot here is to call his bluff. Damn it. Flanker wins. Okay, I'm down to 1 dice and he has 3. This is not good. Okay. I'll start with 1 4. I'm saying there's at least 2 2s. Called it. Oh, he probably doesn't have one. Crap. Flanker wins. He won. He won his freedom. That's a game, Flanker says. You lose. Flanker smiles, clearly relieved. I am a man of my word, he says. I am freed of my debt to you. From now on, we are no longer friends, merely associates. It was a fair victory. Flanker nods, gracious in victory. He gets to his feet. Will I see you again? Not in this city, he replies. Beyond, it is not impossible. I wish you luck. You bid farewell to Flanker as he sweeps out of the inn. Well, here's the thing. Flanker is no longer oath-bound to serve me. But I treated him well. I spared his life and I bonded his wounds. I bandaged his wounds, and I treated him well. I feel like he wouldn't be too mean to me in the future. Maybe. Okay. Let's sit at a table. You cross the bar and take a seat between a swarthy sailor with an eye patch and a swarthy woman who also wears an eye patch. You greet the sailor and the woman. Yoi nay, salty doig, the man remarks. What you say, Eka? The woman, Eka, laughs a deep, throaty laugh. Not salty, but stray, she brays. I'm from Analand, you tell them. You're loiken to sign on it, Zathit? The sailor asks. Oh, to sign on? Join them as pirates? No, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, make sure you pick your crew. A bade crew is looking a bade crab. And he mimes throwing up, accidentally spitting beer at another sailor across the table, who is thankfully asleep. Loisen, the sailor murmurs. Do you play swindersoins? Swindlestones? I do, but I've had my fair share, My fair share, that took a long time to do. I do, but not tonight. The sailor shrugs. Oh well, as you like. You get to your feet. Don't go far, murmurs the one with the eye patch, smiling. When the yard arm's high, that's when I know I'm dry, sings another tight sailor from one corner. Well, Flanker said this place has rats. Let's leave the inn, maybe go to the other place. This place is a flea pit, noisy and violent. You head back out onto the street. You still need to find somewhere to stay the night. The other inn, the Meat and Cleaver. I have the coin for it. The Meat and Cleaver is a small, grimy place that looks like it's been converted from a wood store. Rats run across the floor, and the customers at the tables look haggard and tired, as if just smelling the air is draining them. This place feels worse. By the bar, a stooped and hunched innkeeper wipes his beer mugs with a filthy handkerchief. Barman, man me a bar. Greetings, my good man. The innkeeper nods to you. Welcome to the Meat and Cleaver, he says. What can I get you? What's going on with the trade here? The man peers at you. Trade? This is a docks and I sell beer. Trade is the same as it's always been. He shrugs. I know the city is supposed to be going to the dogs and falling apart, but I don't believe it. People are always saying that, but they're still in here most nights, drinking their beer. How is the city falling apart? Well, you've heard, he says, despite the fact you are clearly telling him you have not heard. What with the council being in session for 3 straight weeks, and the rumors about you-know-who doing you-know-what. The council's currently in session? Are they all in one place? But... Who? Vic. Though I don't think he'll do it. Not even he can take the council by force. Ooh. Can I ask you about Vic? The innkeeper looks suddenly quite afraid. You're a friend of his, are you? I should have guessed. Listen here, I'll vote for him. Vic for first noble. With that, he shuts up. Vic for first noble. Yeah, I guess first noble would be the leader of the council. Because the first noble has every password. Yo! Do you suppose if I helped this Vic overthrow the council, he would thereby learn the magic password to the first gate? The north gate, and he'd tell me the password? Got no food, he says, tight-lipped. Alright, well, I ate some lentil beans. Let's just ask about rooms. Got no rooms, he replies too quietly. I think he just wants me to leave. Alright. Head back from the bar to the middle of the room. Alright, how about what's going on with the folk here? You go over to a table with a space. May I sit? You say to the current occupants. The man waves a hand and shifts to one side. The name's Jira, he says. I'm a musician. You're a traveler? He smiles. How have you enjoyed your day in Kare? I looked for nobles but found none. I'm not surprised, Jira replies. You'd be better trying to find a shred of decency in Sansis's heart than find the nobles he's been running out of town. The others laugh, but one of the women shakes her head, saying softly, He's not run any out of town. If they were out, he wouldn't be able to control them. He's crippled them all instead. Jira introduces his friend with a gesture. This is Almira. She's a dancer, but don't let that fool you. She's a thoughtful soul, if ever there was one. Almira nods her head. Crippled how? Almira shrugs. One blind, one dead, one undead, but buried in the necropolis anyway. So I hear. She smiles and drops her eyes to her beer. Okay. Jira crunches on a battered skunk bear toe. So, he says, are you staying here tonight? Well, they said no. I'm not sure yet. You're right not to be sure. I don't know many as would risk the beds at the Heated Reaver, or whatever this place is called. Meated Cleaver, sir. The owner makes good rat bone fritters, but he's a few giblets short of a casserole. Where should I stay? The other inn isn't bad, though I hear that Vic tends to scoop up the drunks. He nods meaningfully. Vic's a friend of my friend. Maybe I should get in good with this Vic. You outline meeting Glandragor and Biratanti. Glandragor? Oh yeah, that was an innkeeper. But what the hell did I talk to him about? Jira looks surprised. I wouldn't say Vic was a good man to know, or rather there's many who know him and wish they didn't. Vic's a bad man, head of the slave ring, and looking to be head of a lot more, or so I hear. Oh, well, okay, screw that. Almira agrees. They say he intends to overrun the council. That's impossible, but if he's planning it, I suspect he has a trick up his sleeve. She shakes her head. I have no idea, but Vic is a very clever man. Indeed, and not afraid to work in league with the sorcerers and darker arts. Jira tries to lighten the tone, raising a toast with his mug. You mentioned a blind noble? Where can I find him? Almira shrugs. How would I know? There's a lot of beggars in Carre. Jira sighs. It's late. We should be going. Almira nods and takes his hand. Arm in arm, they bid you farewell and leave the inn. I'm suddenly remembering that blind man that we met on the road just south of the Giant's Den. But surely not. Okay. Leave the inn. This place is too disgusting. You turn and head back out on the street. You walk back to the docks. Right. Oh. Okay, back to the docks. You are running out of options. I can't go back in the inn? Man. Crap. Okay, so Vic scoops up drunks. If I were a drunk, I would definitely sleep in the alley. If I sat by the river, I'd be wide out in the open, easy to see. But if I slept in the market, lots of shelter. It's a bit unconventional. Let's try that. You head over to the empty stalls of the market. The covers and awnings should provide ample shelter, and with so many stands, you are well hidden from any passing thieves. You stretch out beside one of the stalls, with your pack beneath your head, and close your eyes. It really is the same evening, the gathering clouds, the fading light. Incredible. You sleep soundly until you are woken by the sound of footsteps in the stalls nearby. You wake immediately. Ooh. I feel like I'm hidden from view, so just pause a moment and listen. You keep your breathing quiet and listen. Two men are talking in whispers in one of the stalls to your right. Did you find any? One man asks. The second grunts. Nothing any good. I told him, the first replies. Snatch too many people and even Carians will stay indoors. These are definitely Vic's men. Ooh. Okay, let's approach openly. Best case scenario, I can go meet with Vic if I talk well. Worst case scenario, I'd have to get in a fight. You creep closer. How many do we have? Enough to get more, the second answers. Not enough to do anything with them. No one's even seen Sansus for 3 weeks, the first makes a coughing noise. By slaying, he mutters. I think Vic's gone crazy. Seizing the market is one thing, seizing the city is another. You sure about that? How do you think Sansus got to be first? The other replies. You stay low and listen further, but the two men say nothing more. Then you hear another noise. A third man is approaching, but this one seems to have a dog with him. The three greet one another. Any finds? Couple of strays, the new voice remarks. The dog begins to bark. Or maybe we're in luck, the voice continues. Okay, time to run. Get away. Kidnappers, slavers, either way, these men are clearly dangerous. You edge away between the stalls. Creep left or creep right? went right, that's to a ship. That's a dead end. Surely, if I got to the city, I could get away. You turn to the left and crawl forward. Suddenly, the men's conversation stops. Did you hear that? One barks. Over there. Run for it. You jump to your feet and begin to run. There's one, cries one of the men. Alpana, fetch! Something is bounding after you through the stalls. You veer this way and that between slats and canopies, trying to confuse the creature, but it seems to pass like water through every gap and nothing seems to slow it down. You're getting close to the riverside now. The beast is almost on your heel. In a moment, it will spring. This is bad. Why can't I, cast a spell on the creature, man? Get up on a stall and just slash it as it tries to jump up at me. Keep running. You dodge in and out, weave around, and then finally burst through the loose tent front, wheel about, and pull the rope that closes up the opening. The creature slams into the thick tarpaulin and begins to scrabble and scratch at it. It won't hold for long. Draw my sword. I need to defend myself. Oh. You draw your sword, ready to face the creature, but then you hear a whistle and one of the men calling back to the beast. Just a city fox, you hear him mutter. They're getting big these days, but you can tell by the way they run. Come on. The scrabbling on the tent door stops. The footsteps approach, then fade away. The men look this way and that, but then disappear off into the market. You are now free to sleep once more. Morning will be here in just a few more hours. Your dreams are cluttered and crazy. You seem to be walking forward, traps springing at your feet. Flanker laughs and raises his sword, plunging it deep into your neck. Hey, none of that. Face after face laughs as you walk about the spells. 4, says one. There are 11 spells. 13. 49. And somewhere beneath your feet you hear a man cackling with laughter, and the crown is on his head beyond your reach. The next morning. Well, okay. That's, well, whew. I don't like our prospects, but I assume in the morning the bridge will have lowered and we can cross over. Dare I say it, but we'll have to hope that every noble can be found on the eastern side. There's at least one noble interred in the necropolis, and maybe another who's a ghost somewhere here. There's a scholar and a blind man. Let's review our notes. Lord Sansis is the first noble of Kare, and only he knows the full spell to open the north gate of the city port. One of the nobles is now blind and begging. A man named Vic runs several businesses in the city port. The inhabitants of Kare are greeting each other with a slogan, Vic for first noble. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I would do it. Ooh. Some narrow escapes and not a lot to go on. I'm disappointed we haven't gotten into shops, but you think with a city this big I could buy something really neat, some nice spell regents or some armor or something, but you never know. I'm glad we saw Flanker again. He's my bro, but at this point I might have to accept that he's not my bro. He's free. Flanker is a free man. I really hope we can still meet him again, maybe in Act 3 or 4 even. But who knows? Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure. Eavesdropping has paid the hell off. We have learned so much. I just hope really, that we can act on the information we've gleaned, but maybe that's for next time. For now, I'm Zephyr the Jester, This has been more Sorcery. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.